Hey there, today we'll be doing today's question, that is 2325 decode the message. The question statement is you are given the strings key and messages which represent a cipher key and a secret message respectively. The steps to decode messages are as follows, and these are the steps. So I'll be explaining the question in pretty easier manner. So why did they overcomplicate this statement? I don't know, but the question was pretty simple. So what you'll be given here is a key. That is, let's take an example of a key, something as, I'll just draw it right here. Let's say the key is AB, not AB. Let's just say it's something like the. Okay, the word the. This is the key that is given, and you'll be given a message. Okay, so the let's just say that the message is something like X, Y, and Z or Z, whatever. And what you have to do is you just have to decipher this, and how you'll be deciphering this, that is XYZ. So you'll just simply map this key. So what do you mean by mapping? So that is ABC. You'll put all these characters till the character Z, that is 26 alphabets character, and you'll just map everything. That means T is mapped with A, H is mapped with B, E is mapped with C, and so on. If there are many other keys right here, okay. So what do we get? We get T mapped as A, or A mapped as T, which we can see here, right? So if we have T mapped as A here, and if I give you some message, let's just say that the message is something like an all. Okay, so if T is mapped as A here, so in my message, if I get a, what I'll be printing is I'll be printing a T. Okay, so that is how it goes. So also it is given right here that the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, that's here. And we have just map everything from A to Z. Okay, so we have map everything, every character from A to Z. Now what happens when we have some repeating characters? That means, let's say here we have a T. Okay, and here also let's just say we have a T, something like, we'll just be taking the first instance of it. Okay, so that is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna take the first instance of it. If it is repeating, we do not take the next one. Fine. So this is just the T. So T is mapped to A. So just again right here, if we just see that wherever there is a T, this is the T here, right? So whatever the value of T is, you'll put it here. So T's value was here A. So whenever you get a T in message, you'll just print A. Okay, so this is how it goes. Let's just take a simpler example and just write on this code, and I'll just show you the code, and it will be very clear to you. Okay, so a smaller example to this could be something like THE and something like HE. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are just going to map everything, and remind you, there is a space here. We do not need to map the spaces, so we just map all the characters. So the first character right here is A, the second character right here is B, this third character is C, D, and E. Since we have only 5 characters, we'll be only mapping 5. But if we have 20, more than 26, just map all the 26. Okay, so you just do that. And so what are the mapping? The mapping are T is mapped with A, H is mapped with B, E is mapped with C. Okay, so this is a good example. Since we are getting E twice, so what are we going to do? We're just going to take the first instance of E only. Okay, we're not going to take the second instance anymore. So after that we get a H again. Okay, this is a good one again. So again we got a H. We do not need to take that anymore. Okay, so this is how it goes. So H is doesn't need to be mapped anymore again. So let's just say if you have a message that is also given in the question, that is right here, you'll be given a key and a message. So let's just say that the message given something like um okay, let's just say what the message could be. That is something like P H E, something like this. Okay, if you have some messages like this, what you're gonna do is, since we know T is mapped to A, we're gonna print A. H is mapped to B, we're gonna print B. Okay, and I have not uh, taken the value A here. So let's just take some other value. Let's just say E. E is there. So what is E mapped with? C, right? So the value we get from the is ABC, and that is what you have to print, which is pretty simple, right? So let's just see from the code how we're going to implement it, and that will be more clear to you on how to do it. So what I've done at first is I've taken a map. Okay, so what we do is we just map every character to every character. And what do I mean by that? So if I have the here, right? So what am I going to do? I'm going to map this with the first 26 characters of our alphabet. And what do I mean by that? So THE is there, ABC. Okay, sorry, right here. So this would have been D and this would have been F. Fine. So right now, what we can see is that THE are there, DEF are there, and we could have also more characters up till 26, right? So we do not actually need to map all these because those are not present. But if the string length is more than 26, let's say, you need to just exclude those. Okay, so let's just say if you have a string of length, let's say 100. Okay, the string length is 100. You can just ignore the other part and just take the 26 characters from the first and just map it, right? So that is all that you have to do. Just map it with every character that is present there. So this is what I've done in this part, that is map every character, and if it is already present there, you do not need to map it. Okay, so this part is pretty clear, that if we get a space, do not do anything, and if the character is already mapped, do not do anything. But if it is not mapped, do a mapping. And what is this temp value doing? This temp value is actually storing a character right here, and every time we map a character, we increment the character by one. Okay, so this is pretty simple. After that, the question becomes very simple. You just take a answer variable, that is a temporary variable, in which you will be storing all the mapping answers. Okay, so you'll iterate on the messages, that is right here. Let's say the message was, I took it as the, right? So let's just take this was the message. So go into the map and just check who was T mapped to. Okay, so T was mapped to A, so add A. H was mapped to whom? It was in B, right? So just go and check into the map that who is this guy mapped with, and just add it to your answer, and this will be done. Okay, and just return the answer. And yeah, that's it for this one, right? So if you just submit this code, it will get accepted, and yeah, that's it. And the complexity wise, it's just O of n, and space wise is it's just O of n. Okay, and yeah, that's it for this code. And if you did enjoy this video, and if you did understand this code as well as